Increasing severe thunderstorm potential, including the possibility of tornadoes going into this afternoon and evening across parts of the state. Oh, and a snowstorm. Yeah, we're going to have an eventful few days. Let's talk about it in this Friday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Good morning, I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldyinchief David Reimer. It's Friday, the 4th of April, 2025. We are looking at the potential for a severe weather event going into this afternoon and evening across the eastern and northeastern portions of Texas. Before we get started, I know a lot of you watching this and, just a lot of folks in general have storm anxiety. I want you to know what I'm going to say here isn't going to be to try to scare you. I'm not going to use hyperbole or anything hypey related to, try to get extra clicks and views. I'm just going to tell you what it's looking like, how it is, and I'm not going to mince words. So just understand that. I realize folks out there have storm anxiety, and the fact you already are watching this video means you're in better shape than most folks because you're going to be prepared. You're going to be aware, and you're going to be able to maintain situational awareness going into the next day, 2 days. So let's get into it. This is the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center going into this afternoon and evening. Now, we know a large area of level 2 out of 5 severe weather potential. That means about a 1 in 5 to 1 in 6 chance of a severe storm within 25 miles of your location. And most of this area shaded in green and yellow is the potential for hail. This includes the Edwards Plateau, the Concho Valley, the Hill Country, South Central Texas, the Big Country, Central Texas, the Brazos Valley, North Texas, Texoma, Northwest Texas. And much of this is going to be tonight, along and west of Interstate 35, and even mostly west of I-45, with the exception of parts of the Brazos Valley and North Texas this afternoon. That will be for the potential for some strong winds and hail tonight, and we'll talk about that. The orange and red shadings across portions of northeast Texas and the Arklatex, that is a level 3 and a level 4 risk of severe weather. A level 3 means you have about a 1 in 3 chance of a severe storm within 25 miles of your location. And a level 4, well, it's not much better, I'm afraid. The reason we have that level 3 and level 4 risk is we are expecting a higher number of thunderstorms capable of producing tornadoes going into this afternoon and evening. As we take a look at the tornado outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, you can see the tornado potential is only a small portion of the overall severe weather risk area. Like I said, most areas west of 35 will not see severe storm potential again until tonight, like the last few days, and those storms tonight are going to be in the cool side or cool sector, where surface temperatures will be in the 40s, low 50s. They will not pose a threat of tornadoes. They will, however, have the potential of producing hail at times. The tornado threat this afternoon and early this evening is medium across northeast Texas, the Arklatex, roughly along and east of a line from, I'm just going to kind of rough it here, Bonham to Terrell, down towards Tyler, Marshall, Longview. Includes Interstate 30 from Greenville up through Texarkana, Highway 82 from, just east of Bonham to Texarkana. The potential for a few tornadoes is evident across parts of East Texas, the Toledo Bend Reservoir, roughly along north of a line from Waco, College Station, Lufkin, in Louisiana. So, unfortunately, with the setup going into this afternoon and evening, the overall atmospheric ingredients are expected to support not only the potential of a few tornadoes, but the possibility those tornadoes could be of a higher intensity. We could be dealing with some strong tornadoes. That's EF2+. On the Enhanced Fugitive Damage Scale. Now, we're not going to know what the damage of the tornadoes is until after they occur, obviously, and the survey results are in, but the potential is there. We could be dealing with some pretty rough weather this afternoon and evening, and storms are going to be moving quickly, maybe about 50 miles an hour, so if we get a tornado down, there's the potential it could be down for a bit of distance. A longer track tornado is not out of the question. Now, whether or not we deal with one tornado, 5 tornadoes, or God forbid, even 10-plus tornadoes this afternoon in northeast Texas. Well, that honestly doesn't matter very much if the only tornado we have today comes down your street. So we want you all to be in a position where you can receive weather warnings and are in a position where you are ready to take shelter if a dangerous storm approaches your location. I want to say, this is not a guarantee we're going to be dealing with tornadoes this afternoon and evening. Yeah, there is a pretty significant threat, but as Mother Nature has shown us several times this week, and we've seen before, these things can bust. There is the potential that maybe storm mode will be messy. Maybe that will reduce the possibility we have to deal with tornadoes. It probably won't eliminate it, but, I mean, there's always factors that can make or break an event. So I want to say all that with the mindset that, yeah, I know many of you have storm anxiety, and I'm sympathetic to that. I am. I suffer from it myself. You know, when I'm sitting here in this office and I have dangerous storms approaching my location, I'm not particularly happy about it either. I get that trapped feeling where I feel like it's just coming right at me and there's nothing I can do about it. Well, the good news is y'all can do something about it. You can have a severe weather safety plan ready. You can know where you're going to go if a dangerous storm approaches. If you're in a sturdy site-built structure, hey, you know what? Lowest floor, center room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Hard sole shoes in case you have to walk on sharp objects after the fact. And helmets for everybody. It can be a bicycle helmet, you know, a sports helmet. A lot of tornado-related injuries and fatalities are due to head trauma. So helmets can help. If you live in mobile homes or trailers, it's just not going to be a good place to be. They are great, affordable ways to live, and frankly, probably are nicer places to live than a lot of places these days. But they just do not do well in tornadoes. So you need to go somewhere that has a sturdy site-built structure, and you need to be able to plan that ahead of time. You can't be trying to figure that out 5 minutes before the storm arrives at your location. So keep that in mind this afternoon. Keep an eye on the radar and have a bit of situational awareness, and we definitely don't want you in a vehicle when that rowdy weather arrives at your location. All right, let's take a look at the high-res rapid refresh model. Now, there's going to be a lot to talk about on this, and I'm just going to let it loop. I'm going to kind of start with this afternoon and evening, and then we'll work our way west. So this afternoon, we expect isolated to scattered severe thunderstorm potential to increase after 1 p.m. across eastern North Texas, northeast Texas, maybe even down into portions of the Brazos Valley. Storm coverage in the Brazos Valley is not expected to be as significant or widespread as northeast Texas, eastern North Texas, and the Arklatex, but we could see a few supercells still develop farther south. And if those occur this afternoon, they'll be in an environment supportive of rotation and maybe a tornado risk. Storms that will move into northeast Texas this afternoon will have the potential, at least the most intense storms, of producing strong tornadoes, that's EF2+, damaging winds over 75 miles an hour, and the potential for golf ball to baseball size hail out of the most intense storms. If we end up having a mitigating factor come into play and we can, reduce those threats, I would be A-okay with it. But understand now, the potential is there. It's not a guarantee. Same thing, Brazos Valley, even though storm coverage should be lower. And understand also, this is a computer model. What you're looking at here, it is only one of many computer models. The radar is not going to look exactly like what this model shows at, say, 5 p.m. this afternoon. But it at least gives a general guideline. Thunderstorm activity is going to move up into Arkansas by probably early to mid-evening, and we'll start reducing our tornado threat by 9 to 10 p.m., hopefully. Now, farther west tonight, you can see we're going to have storms firing up probably by 10 p.m. west of I-35. You can see this model actually fires up a hailer in parts of Bexar County around 9 p.m. this evening, the San Antonio metro. We'll keep an eye on that. Along and west of 35, temperatures are going to be cooler in the low levels of the atmosphere, allowing for a more stable surface layer, meaning tornado threat is very, 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 very low. I'm not going to say never, because that's just a good way to make Mama Nature find a way, but understand, it's almost non-zero. The threat for hail with the most intense storms, on the other hand, is not, because there's still plenty of instability and moisture in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, atmosphere. Wow. There we go with the speech thing this morning. And the hail growth zone in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere where those hailstones fire up and form. You can see all that's going to move east. We're going to have more storms in North Texas, Northeast Texas, the eastern half of the state going into tomorrow morning and afternoon. West Texas and the Panhandle, well, guess what? Temperatures tonight into Saturday morning, both at the surface and in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, will become cold enough to support a changeover to snow. We'll talk about snow totals in a minute, but they've come up considerably. The potential for a legitimate winter storm is now evident across the Panhandle of West Texas, where several inches of snow may fall on Saturday. That could lead to an accumulation of wet snow on most surfaces. We'll see if roads, well, where the heaviest snow falls, we're probably still going to see issues with travel. At the least, we're going to see a lot of slush. Even wet, heavy snow accumulation, even if road temperatures are a bit above freezing, will still likely result in issues. So we're looking at travel issues on Saturday in the Panhandle, West Texas. That does include Lubbock, Amarillo. In fact, we may even see a brief change over to snow as far south as Interstate 20 and 10 in the Permian Basin, the borderland. It may snow for a little while tomorrow evening in Midland. And that just goes to show you the strength of the upper-level storm system we're dealing with here. As we go into Saturday night, rain and snow chances will begin ending. From west to east, we'll see most storms exit Texas to the east. And the rain and snow in Texoma, northwest Texas. We're probably not going to have snow in North Texas. There may be a few flurries in places like Gainesville. Will translate north of the Red River Saturday evening and night with snow possible western, southwestern, and central Oklahoma. Now, as we get into tomorrow, the threat of severe storms is not over. The potential will exist Saturday afternoon for another round of supercellular thunderstorms across portions of East Texas, the piney woods of East Texas, the Golden Triangle, the Brazos Valley, Southeast Texas, even Northeast Texas. A mix of supercells and a line of thunderstorms. The tornado risk in Texas tomorrow may be lower thanks to mostly dealing with a squall line, with the possibility of a few tornadoes higher relatively in Louisiana. We're still going to have to keep a close eye on things, and the tornado risk is definitely not zero across the eastern quarter of Texas tomorrow afternoon, but we are expecting another round, a final round of strong to severe storms to move from west to east across the eastern third of Texas late tomorrow morning through the afternoon hours before exiting Texas in the evening. And again, that's what this model here, the high-res rapid refresh model, is showing as we get into Saturday afternoon, those scattered storms moving across the eastern third of Texas, exiting the state into Louisiana and even Arkansas as we get into Saturday afternoon. But understand, if we're dealing with a more cellular type mode here versus just a line, the tornado threat may increase some, and we could have some issues. Rain chances may continue in the eastern third of the state Saturday night into Sunday morning before we're done by Saturday afternoon, leading to beautiful weather for the second half of Sunday through at least the first half of this upcoming week. Forecast rain totals. Flooding threat will increase significantly tonight into Saturday across northeast Texas, where we could see another 3 to 5 inches of rain on top of what's already fallen. This is all on top of what we've already had. So we're looking at another 1 to 2 inches of rain or melted snow. Panhandle, West Texas, Permian Basin, Northwest Texas, Big Country, Concho Valley, Hill Country, Central Texas, North Texas, with 2 to 6 inches of rain possible along and east of Highway 75 and Interstate 45 from Sherman to Corsicana, east along I-20, north up into the Arklatex. Still looking at 1/2 to 2 inches of rain possible to Brazos Valley, Southeast Texas, Golden Triangle. Oh, and snow. Here's the latest snowfall forecast from the Weather Service in Amarillo. This could go up some. We're looking now on average 1 to 3 inches of snow along and west of a line from Groover to Pampa to Clarendon. The potential for 3 to 6 inches of snow west of a line from Dalhart, Amarillo, all the way down Interstate 27 towards Plainview, points west. We'll take a look at Lubbock's forecast, and they're currently forecasting about 3 inches of snow in Plainview, 3 inches of snow in Silverton, about 2 to 3 inches of snow in places like Morton over to Lubbock, about an inch of snow north of Denver City to Brownfield up towards Matador. And again, these are going to fluctuate and change, but early April snow doesn't happen every year, but it looks like it is this year. So keep that in mind. The plan of attack is we will be doing severe weather coverage this afternoon and evening. We'll do a tentative start time of 2 p.m., depending on when things get going. We'll be doing all the tornado warnings for sure. We'll probably start a bit earlier than that as well, so we'll do a tentative start of 2 p.m. We'll have that scheduled on the Texas Weather Center YouTube channel shortly, and you'll be able to find it on the Texas Storm Chasers website and mobile app when we go live. And when we have tornado warnings, we'll be streaming on Facebook as well and all that. It is Friday, which means we need to give a shout out to our spinny doomers here on the Texas Weather Center YouTube channel. We thank all our members here on the Texas Weather Center. Make sure y'all are in our Discord members-only server this afternoon as we deal with severe storms. We'll be there. Anthony R. Pelosi Jr., thank you very much for being a spinny doomer here on the Texas Weather Center. And I'm just going to go through this list real quick, so I'm going to go through the names. And with that, I want to thank everybody for being spinny doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. Ryan Tucker, thanks for being a spinny doomer here on the Texas Weather Center and a sponsor. r/tornado chats, Love, Live, Laugh, Paranoid Pocho, Jen Kim, Justin S., Wade, Tanya McGee, J.A., S00 Patik, Samantha Dolson, Nancy Rosenberg, Ryan, Deanna, Jennifer Texas Girl Neway, who is a moderator for us as well, thank you, Annette Moore, and Rascal SXZ2. Thank you all for being spinny doomers here on the Texas Weather Center. And again, we will definitely be streaming live later today, so keep an eye out for that. You can also keep an eye on the sky with the free Texas Storm Chasers interactive weather radar on our website at texasstormchasers.com/radar, and in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app, just search for Texas Storm Chasers where you download apps for your devices. We'll have more updates around lunchtime, and then we'll probably be gearing up for live coverage from yours truly and our Storm Chasers with the potential for tornadoes in northeast Texas and eastern Texas this afternoon and evening. We'll talk to you again soon. Y'all have a good day. Stay weather aware. God bless.